Now, this case, like the one in Grand Bahama involving those 5 boys several years back, has gripped the nation. Many parents are holding on to their kids a little tighter tonight, but it's something that parents haven't always done. In fact, many are a little laxed when it comes to providing proper supervision for their kids. But children, too, can lessen their chances of being abducted. Last night, Superintendent Stephen Dean appeared on our newscast, and he spoke directly to kids.
We say to children, please, do not walk in areas alone. Do not go into areas by yourself. Do not go into cars. Persons might be asking you to come into a car, come for a ride. Please, we're saying to you, do not respond to those things. Say no. Children, learn to say no. Learn to say no. Learn to say no in all situations. Be satisfied with what your parents give you. Do not take things from strangers.
Now, as we mentioned, this is not the first case involving child abduction and the killing of children in the Bahamas. From time to time, many have called for a sex offenders registry, but nothing has been done to date. So today, we asked you, should the Bahamas implement a sex offenders registry where pedophiles are identified? We put the question on Facebook, and in less than 4 hours, more than 80 of you responded. Ron Moxie says, yes, we should, and show their faces. Sick of them playing around here. Sherry Brown-Culma says, yes, we have protection for everything else. Protect what really matters. Nita Smith says, yes, if it's going to make a difference in our society. Deidre Nelson says, yes, we need an organization that defends or attends to the needs of children and young adults. While Narissa Monroe says, yes, sick of these sickos, and they need to be registered. The response to the question was so overwhelming, we regret not being able to read all of the posts at this time. And in what could be a case of unsupervised children, a young boy is dead tonight after he was hit by a truck on Cowpen Road West late this afternoon. According to Superintendent Miller of the Southwestern Division, the incident reportedly involved 2 young boys playing near their homes, which is just off Cowpen Road shortly after 3. It appears that the young victim reportedly ran into the busy road.
Upon our arrival here at this scene, we met the lifeless body of a young child lying on the southern side of Cowpen Road. Information received is that the child, along with another child, were playing near the roadside, and one of the child would have ventured into the path of an oncoming truck and thereby was hit accidentally. We are now present on the scene and conducting investigations into this matter.
Now, no name or age of the victim has been given, but he's believed to be a primary school student. Miller says the boy's parents came to the scene shortly after the accident.
The family is very distraught. We understand that another family member may have died recently as well, so this has just led to that situation, and so we send our condolences to the family on behalf of all of us, Commissioner of Police and entire Royal Bahamas Police Force, to the family.
Everyone may win from time to time, but today Craig Flowers wasn't so lucky. A ruling handed down on the gaming case involving the numbers giant, in which $1 million was confiscated from one of his FML web shops by police a few years ago. As Fern Carey tells us, this could reverse the growing trend of gaming here at home.
In his ruling, Magistrate Darren Roll Davis found Craig Flowers, the proprietor of FML Web Shops, guilty of promoting and conducting a lottery and permitting his premises to be used for a lottery. The judge also determined that there was enough evidence to find 14 employees guilty of one or more gambling-related charge. Back in April of 2009, police conducted a sting operation and searched the premises of Flowers' Everybody Wins Cafe on Wolf Road. They seized slot machines and other machines used for games of chance and confiscated some $900,000 in cash. In court, the judge sentenced Flowers to $5,000 on each count, or 2 years in prison. Meantime, the money was confiscated and will be forfeited to the court. That isn't sitting well with Craig Flowers' attorney, Alfred says. He has already indicated that they will appeal the ruling. Attorney Jillian Williams appeared on behalf of the Crown. Fern Carey, ZNS News.
Well, Sandals Royal Bahamian is open again. The resort was forced to close its doors following damage from Hurricane Irene last month. As we hear from Carla Palmer, not only are the hundreds of employees back to work, but they're also on a property that's been given a facelift.
September 5th, repairs have been underway at Sandals Resort, Cable Beach. Much of the work being carried out as a result of the damage left behind by Hurricane Irene. While open for business and staff is back on the job, almost a month later work continues. And General Manager of Sandals Bahamas, Patrick Drake, says he's pleased with what's being done so far.
Tremendous amount of landscaping. Let me tell you, I don't think there's any part of the gardens from the front gate all the way to the island has been totally re-landscaped.
Spread across 12 acres, landscaping is said to be a signature of Sandals properties.
The beach and the gardens are two mainstays of all the Sandals properties. And in particular, when you put the word royal in front of any of the Sandals properties, then the expectations are very high that your grounds are going to be. Because a lot of our guests too, you can only stay so long at the beach and you wander around and explore the gardens. And that's what we've done, is to put in some really interesting features throughout the property. We've added a lot of new statuary and all that.
According to Drake, the damage done by Hurricane Irene caused them to take a second and closer look at the entire physical condition of the resort with a view to making improvements.
We're still doing work on our manor building, which houses 144 of our rooms. And we're really doing a full makeover on those, everything from the brass and the marble and the balconies.
In just over 3 weeks, officials here at Sandals say they've spent $10 million in upgrades. And that figure is expected to further increase as the work is still ongoing. Carla Palmer, ZNS News.
On to other news, the government delivering on a campaign promise it made to the Royal Bahamas Police Force to ensure that its communication systems are maintained at state-of-the-art levels. Well, today, a multi-million-dollar contract was signed to ensure that emergency services here in the country are able to provide more efficient service to the public. We get the story from Clint Watson.
EMS, hello, it's address the emergency.
It's no secret that long response times to 911 calls can have a significant negative impact on emergencies. National Security Minister Tommy Turnquest admits that the most viable solution to receiving quick attention to an emergency is not the building of more fire and police stations or medical facilities, but having in place effective communication mechanisms in order to shorten response times. Now, a nearly $3 million investment with government's 15-year partner Motorola is expected to do just that.
The three component parts are: 1, a state-of-the-art E919 system with a logging recorder; 2, a cache system, a computer-aided call handling, and that's CACH, not CASH system; and 3, an automatic people locator, automatic vehicle location, APL/AVL system.
The contract for an enhanced emergency call handling system comes amidst an outdated 911 system.
The E919 system will be the citizens' primary access to emergency services. The system enables 919 or 911 access from any telephone in the country to a central answering point. Immediate recognition of the calling party and text-based location information is displayed at the Emergency Response Center, and the emergency services can be dispatched rapidly to the calling party's location.
The cache software will also make recommendations on response levels based on the severity of an incident.
With wireless phones becoming more popular, cache can be customized to display pre-arrival instructions that directly relate to the caller's relationship to the incident being reported. Each script is structured so that it can be used even if the caller is reporting an incident that is already known about. Information that is valuable to responders en route can be gained from these calls, and any of the details recorded during a call may be transferred electronically.
The upgrade also allows all portable and mobile radio users to be tracked without the officer having to give a location. Motorola executives say the investment the Bahamas has made puts us among one of the few countries to have this technology.
The beauty of this investment is going to be for another 15 years. The time for response times is going to improve dramatically. You are going to have all the elements, all the tools to be in the incident side in much less time than in the past.
Officials at Motorola say what they're about to install is a next generation of technology. And for agencies here in the Bahamas, that's a good thing. They say would only save them time and money, but at the end of the day, lives. Clint Watson, ZNS News.